This is Michael Williams, founder of Start Speaking Training Center, and I've heard from a lot of people about confidence and self-confidence, and I'm actually in the middle of doing a little short series on confidence, also in the middle of preparing for our next Pro 90D live webinar that I want to invite you to. So no matter when you're listening to this, more than likely we're going to have a Pro 90D live webinar. What is Pro 90D anyway? Pro 90D is really short for proactive speaking in 90 days. What does that mean? That means that you can learn to speak proactively in 90 days or less. So what? You still haven't told me what proactive speaking is. I'm going to tell you that right now. And I'm going to relate it to self-confidence, because when you feel like, now watch this, when you feel like you're in control of your speech and of yourself, and you feel like you can say what you want to say, and you can say it when you need to say it, and you can say it in the way you want to say it, where you don't have to always be switching words and stuff. And when you feel like you're going to be able to talk to people and they're going to listen, and you're going to be able to make an impact on people and share your ideas, because all of you are extremely intelligent. All of you have something to offer the world, no matter where you're at or what it is that you want to offer. And so it's a matter of being able to communicate that. So when you know and you feel confident that you can communicate it, then what that does is it raises your self-esteem. It makes you more productive as an individual. It gives back to your family, to your society, to your neighborhood, to the world, and you feel more confident. And when you feel more confident, then you perform more confidently. Does that make sense? So how does proactive speaking fit into this? What proactive speaking does is it gives you some very specific tools that you can use to, instead of waiting to come on a word or a phrase that you might not be able to say, as your anticipatory stuttering, you're waiting, uh-oh, I'm about to come on a word, I'm going to have to switch that word to this, or I'm going to avoid this situation because I know I'm going to have to say this. I got to avoid, can't go there because I got to say that. So you avoid, so you're reacting, right, to your speech. What we're saying is that in proactive speaking, you literally almost attack it, right? You go and you say, hey, I can say my name, and I can say, so I can do that because I have the tools to do that. So proactive speaking gives you the tools to live proactively, to go out and do the things you want, to control your speaking situations, to control your speech, and to get to the place where you're really not even thinking about speaking much, you're just speaking freely and confidently, right? So proactive speaking gives you the tools. What are the tools? There's 5 areas. I've talked about these in one of the other videos, but I wanted to do this as it relates to confidence. Because once you have these tools, you feel more confident because you know you can use these tools. One of the tools is learning how to use your body when you talk, just like you see me doing now, right? I'm using my entire body when I'm speaking. Another tool is learning how to use your voice, right? Do you hear how I'm inflecting my voice? Do you see how I'm doing a technique that I'll teach you called dramatic emphasis, dramatic emphasize, and dramatic expressions, dramatic. I'll teach you how to do that and when you should do it and why you should do it. You don't do it all the time, but there are times when you do it. I'll teach you how to develop a rhythm, right? In the workshop, we do something. In fact, I can't really tell you what it is, but I'll show you something that represents this rhythm and how powerful the rhythm is. So when you learn to speak with a rhythm, what you find is you don't get short of breath. You are very relaxed. Your airflow is just flowing, right? Your words are coming out. It's something I call reverse swimming. We'll talk about that in the webinars. And so you learn how to do this because of rhythm, right? Rhythm in the way that you speak. You also use your body to assist you in this rhythm. What else is proactive speaking? Proactive speaking is also finding your perfect speaking voice. So there's a voice that you have for presenting, like I'm using now, and then there's a voice that you have maybe for conversing, which is a little different than the one that I'm using now. But it's very relaxing, it's very soothing, it's very pleasing to people that you're talking with. So you find that voice that you can use when you're speaking in conversation and presentation. And then in an advanced course, I teach you how to present in a conversational way, right? So how to develop conversational presentations. So we'll talk about that. The next thing is, how do you speak with energy and passion? Doesn't mean that you're over the top, right, all the time, but it means that you have some energy, and it can be controlled energy, but you learn how to use your entire body, how to use your voice to speak with energy, how to use your eyes to speak with energy, how to use your words to speak with energy and passion. And then finally, we look at varying your volume. Sometimes you need to project, and sometimes you can speak a little softer. And also we learned that volume, we use our volume sometimes for people that are just get stuck and can't say anything. So we actually use a technique with volume to help them get started, right, and start saying whatever it is that they need to say. So 5 strategies and techniques in proactive speaking that give you control. So very specific techniques give you control, which gives you confidence, right? Now, in addition to these 5 areas in proactive speaking, there's also the psychological, the internal, the mental side. And so obviously we deal with, and I've dealt with that a lot in a lot of my other videos, but we also deal with that side of it. But in proactive speaking, what you're going to find is you're going to see that you have some very specific physical tools as well as psychological tools to control your speaking and to give you confidence. Now, these tools can be used not just for people who stutter, but also for people who have a fear of public speaking or public speaking anxiety, or simply want to sharpen their public speaking skills. So I hope that this has been a helpful introduction and overview of proactive speaking and how it impacts and affects your confidence and how that impacts and affects your performance. I look forward to seeing you in our next Pro 90D webinar. Now, let me just back up before I close. 90 days. What happens in 90 days? Well, based on my experience, I'm seeing that within 30 to 60 days, you can make it through 2 of the phases, or 3 phases in what we do. First phase is developing a new speaking style. You can make it through that within the first 30 days. I have a strategy for that. Second phase is you are able to access that new speaking style, that is the proactive speaking style, on demand. That's when you want to access it, you can do it on demand. The third phase is making it automatic where you don't have to think about it. That's the one that takes longer, months and months to make it automatic. So within 90 days, you're able to make it through the first 2 phases and start to move into the third phase. That means you can experience smooth, fluent, confident speech within 90 days. You can learn to access this new proactive speaking style within 90 days. Now, how long does it take to become automatic? That's up to you. That can take 6 months, 8 months, a year, especially if it's been something that you've not been doing for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30, whatever, right? It's going to take time. But I have a system, the proactive speaking system, that if you follow it, you're going to find that within 90 days, you are able to speak proactively. That's exciting. If you're not excited about that, I'm not sure if there's anything that can get you excited, but that's exciting. So I want to see you in the next Pro 90D webinar. There's a link just below this video that will get you there. Thank you very much, and hopefully you've been watching my self-confidence videos. Just released one, going to be releasing another. By the time you watch this video, maybe they'll all be there. So I'll see you there and see you inside the webinar. This is Michael Williams, and see you next time. Oh, don't forget, like this, follow this, +1 it, Facebook it, Twitter it, do it, share it with other people. I'll see you there.